Here are 10 common objections about working out. But before that, you guys, this workout was burning my legs off. Like literally, my legs were on fire. Like it seemed like right when we were about to stop, like after the instructor would do the count, literally she would keep going. So if you want a really good booty burn, definitely do this workout. And here's the thing, I'm really just posting me in the middle of practicing my workouts because it's just to encourage you to also do the same. I am right here with you. We are arm in arm together. We are holding each other's hand through this holiday season. And just in general, like we forever want to be getting better and better. And, you know, at the end of the day, we have to realize that life is short and we want to be able to live it fully and abundantly while we're here. And so keeping up with our health is the number one way to do that. One of the first things that people claim that they have is lack of time. Okay, so people say, I don't have time to work out. My schedule's too busy. So what I have to say to that is even short workouts like 20 to 30 minutes can be super effective. Consider incorporating physical activity into your daily routine. So habit stacking, essentially, like taking the stairs or walking during lunch, prioritizing your health can literally lead to increased energy and productivity. Okay, so the next one is cost at the gym. So a lot of people complain about like, I can't afford it, I don't have the money. And here's what I have to say to that. Like there are plenty of free and low cost workout options such as workouts at home, outdoor exercises, or community classes at the park. Investing in your health it's just super important. It doesn't have to be expensive. You can literally watch workout videos for free on YouTube. And there's just an abundance of amazing information out there. So don't let that be an excuse. The next one is intimidation or lack of experience. But what I have to say to that is everyone starts somewhere, and most people are focused on their own workouts to really be paying attention to yours, even though it feels that way when we're at the gym. So consider beginning with a beginner-friendly class or online tutorials to build your confidence. So that's what I did. I actually hired a master trainer to just build my confidence. When I would be in the weight section at the gym, I would see all these amazing men and women just like literally getting it in on their workouts, and I would be super intimidated and not really know what all the machines did. So I hired a master trainer, and that was a game changer for me. So the next one is just straight up boredom with exercises. So people will say, I find exercises boring or momentous, but what I have to say to that is there are countless ways to stay active, from dancing and hiking to martial arts and team sports. So experimenting with different activities can help things become more enjoyable for you. Okay. So the next one is fear of injury. So some people will say, I'm afraid I'll get hurt or I'll get injured while I'm working out. But what I have to say to that is working out with a trainer or starting with low impact exercises can help you learn proper form. Like I did when I hired my master trainer. I also have a playlist showing all my workouts with my master trainer. So if you want to check that out, just look up glute workouts or full body workouts or training with master trainer in my playlist. And then, you know, gradually increasing intensity can also build strength and resilience. So yeah, it can be a little scary, but what's interesting is that in regular life, like if you happen to trip or fall because you actually worked out, you're less likely to get severely hurt. The next thing is not seeing results fast enough. Okay, so people will say, I've tried everything before, I've done that before, and I just don't see any results. But what I have to say to that is sustainable change takes time. It just does. So literally 90 days, it feels like it's a long time, but if you think back in time, 90 days actually went by pretty quickly, right? So just lock in for 90 days, 30 days, 90 days, 100 days, and you will see a massive difference. And that time spent can literally be a game changer and actually set you up for success for the rest of your life. Because at that point, you're just fine tuning and maintaining. So focus on small, achievable goals and celebrate progress no matter how small. Consistency literally is the key, and results will come with dedication. That's just how it is. The next one is preference for relaxation. So people will say, I'd rather just relax after a long day at work than just get up and work out, right? But what I have to say to that is regular exercise can actually boost your mood and energy levels, making relaxation more enjoyable, okay? Plus, finding ways to work out, like, going on a walk, like doing active rest really is powerful to be kind of meditative and relaxing, right? So definitely tap in with that. Don't fall victim to just feeling lazy. The best way to get out of laziness is to just do it specifically because you feel lazy, and eventually you will build up that muscle of being able to just power through. So the next one is feeling self-conscious, right? So people will say, I feel self-conscious about my body and how I look while exercising, especially when you're at the gym. Gym anxiety is a real thing. But what I have to say to that is remember that everyone is on their own journey. So you think that people are paying attention to you more than they really actually are. If anything, if you're looking around looking kind of scared, like it might draw more attention to you. So just go there, with confidence, find a little corner in the gym or work out in your living room or your garage, and just lock in, right? Just focus and stay in your own lane, and eventually you won't care, right? Also, hiring, again, like I said earlier, a trainer actually really helped me out with my confidence on that. So even though technically, when you go to the gym, people are just glancing at each other just because that's normal human to human, behavior, but then they just kind of go back to focusing on themselves. So just remember that. The next thing is dieting confusion, right? So people will say, I can't work out until I get my eating habits sorted out. So this is just kind of what you would call overthinking. And I definitely have done that before. So when I gained 30 pounds and never gained it back, like I literally was so confused on how to lose the weight, but I just started to make small little tweaks that I stayed consistent with for 6 months and ended up losing 30 pounds and never gained it back. If anyone's interested in that, I do have that pinned in the comments, my How to Lose Belly Fat ebook guide. Literally, it's the guide on how I lost 30 pounds and never gained it back. And it's also in the description. So what I have to say to that also is exercise and nutrition can complement each other, right? So you don't need to be perfect at the start. So just it can start with getting rid of junk food, right? Or just drinking more water for the first week, or implementing fruits and vegetables while not really changing anything how you eat, but just implementing fruits and vegetables, and then slowly but surely weaning down on the processed products and the overly fried products, right? So it just takes time, and just be in it for the long haul. The next thing is age-related concerns, right? Like, I'm just too old to start exercising. It's too late for me. I got to take it easy. And literally, it's like that kind of excuse it's kind of ridiculous at this point, because there is literally people in their 80s that are all over the internet, hundreds, arguably even thousands, like literally thousands across the globe, across the planet, that are super fit and cognitively all there in their 80s. And then some of these people will even say they started in their late 60s, right? So it's never an excuse. I actually have a mentor, and he's in his 80s, and he rides his bike every day across the country in different national parks, and he's super sharp. And it's the craziest thing, because it seems like he's not slowing down. It's just simply because he is active in his community. He still is an entrepreneur, and he works out. So it's kind of like that concept of, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. So he just kept using all of his gifts, right? Of his mental, of his creative ideas, of his entrepreneurial business ideas, and his body. His body is a gift, right? So he just is using them, and it's paying off. So, again, what I also want to say to that in addition is it's never too late. Okay. So exercise can improve your mobility, your strength, and overall quality of life at literally any age. So you don't want to just get to 55, 58, 62, 61 and just say, okay, well, time for me to slow down. People are comfortably living until 100. Like, it's not a game anymore. Like, it's like, arguably, it's like being in your 50s or 60s is kind of like being in your 30s and 40s. Like, there's just so much life to still live. So take it serious, believe in yourself, and just keep going. And as you can see, I, go up and down. I kind of like vary between, 5 pounds over my comfortable weight, 5 pounds under, and that's okay, right? But I just know what that variance looks like, and I just stay within that variance. And, as you can see, this is me practicing moving my body. And I'd like to call it practicing, because sometimes when it's like, oh, I have to go work out, it can mentally just feel like it's a chore. But I'm like, no, I want to practice breathing through these workouts, right? I want to practice trying to get a little lower. And full disclaimer, I actually was so sore in this video because I had did a crazy workout with the same instructor on Sunday. And then right before this class, I took a cardio kickboxing class, and then you only have 20 seconds to set up for this HIIT cardio. So I was just doing the most. So I was already super sore and really I was feeling it from the kickboxing. So, again, it's just like, I like to challenge myself. I like to push myself to the limit. And it's like, as you can see, I just have some bands on and some light weights, and I'm literally, my legs and my arms were burning so much. Like, seriously, you could tell in my face, like when I'm just kind of scrunching up my face. So definitely, if you want to, even screenshot some of these workouts, I'm sure that there's free classes online on YouTube of very similar workouts to these. But eventually, I'm actually practicing so I can just start to make my own HIIT cardio videos, like, something simple like a 15-minute HIIT cardio, maybe, 18-minute HIIT cardio workout. That way you guys can, work alongside with me. You don't have to be a professional fitness trainer or feel, like it's just super intimidated to go to the gym. Document your fitness journey as well. Like, sometimes just sharing that will also encourage you to keep going, because there's a lot of people online rooting for you in your family, obviously your friends, but sometimes, we take that for granted, right? Like, it just hits differently sometimes when it comes from a stranger, because we feel like, oh, well, you're my family or you're my best friend. So I'm not surprised that you're supporting me, right? So you'd be surprised, like, the power of just sharing your journey online and building a community around that. Like, start your own wellness channel. Like, right now I'm giving out YouTube advice. I'm no guru. I'm the furthest thing from an expert, but there's a couple things that I've done that's helped my page out. So if you want to start your own fitness YouTube or your wellness YouTube or your health YouTube, just start posting in the moment things that you're doing. So like right now, I propped up my cell phone, my iPhone 15, and just press the on button. And then I'm doing a voiceover right now and then pressing upload. So that has really helped me. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't really talk about that much, but it really does help that there's people online that I'm encouraging, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, this really encouraged me today, just seeing you work out. I'm going to work out. Or when I see you guys working out, I'm like, okay, boom, I got to keep going. Right. So it's just like that community, upliftment goes a really, really long way. And, at the end of the day, it's like, as you can see, it's a class full of, women, and everyone's just, it's you versus you, right? There's no competition. There's no comparison. We're just all in there, uplifting each other and just pushing ourselves to the next level. And that's really what it's about. So if you can find a really good trainer or a really good group you can work out with, or, a partner that you can work out with, it really does go a long way. But you can work out by yourself. Like, don't let that be an excuse either, right? I actually love working out by myself. Like, I just put my headphones on and I zone out, and I'm just kind of in this like meditative, active state. And, some amazing ideas actually come to me when I'm moving my body in this way, like challenging myself. And I'm like, okay, well, I can actually turn this into an analogy, right? Like when I'm explaining things to you or in real life to, in order to help somebody, right? So, I don't look perfect doing these workouts, but I've definitely improved over time. And right now I actually gained muscle over the last 3 years. And then now during this season, my goal is to really lean out and start to have my muscle pop through. So that's the stage that you're watching me in. I've been in that season for like a whole year. But like this time I truly am like tightening up on just like little tweaks that you wouldn't think would make a big difference, but they do when it comes to just kind of losing that last 7 pounds of fat. That's the hardest, right? And also, another full transparency, I'm pretty happy with myself. I'm not really doing it to be prettier or, look better or anything like that. It's just like, I'm just so close. So I'm like, well, I'm so close. Why not just go for it and, see how, toned I can get, right? And then that way, when I figure it out and really get the muscle popping through, I can teach others. So that's been my motivation. So you guys are seeing me in this journey right now. Also, a lot of these, planks and burpees and all this stuff. You guys, I was doing the most. I literally did another 30-minute class right directly after this, and it was even more intense. I should have actually recorded myself doing it, but like planks have really been an issue for me for some odd reason. I don't know if it's just, I'm not really sure exactly why. It wasn't an issue in my 20s, but for some reason in my 30s, maybe just specifically, I just didn't, I used to be a dancer. I used to dance for an Arena 2 football team, and I was a cheerleader all throughout high school and danced, a big majority of my life. And so when I stopped doing the dancing, I think just, I didn't have to think about engaging my core anymore. So then I can feel it. I was like, oh my gosh. So now I'm really on a journey to like tightening up my core, and just not letting it like protrude out when I'm doing these workouts. Like I'm really trying to think of like, okay, hold it in, tighten up. And that's really going to be a big focus of mine as well for the next 90 days is engaging my core. Also vacuums. I do vacuums every single morning. There's so many free YouTubes on how to do that. But that has really been a game changer also with just kind of heightening up my awareness with engaging my core, right? So those are just some things. Again, check out my ebook guide, and let me know what workouts you guys are doing. Let me know what classes you're doing. If you're doing Zumba, if you're doing tennis, if you're just doing walking and eating healthy. Like I want to know what you all are doing as well. And make sure to subscribe and catch me on the next one.